y'all. We're back. It's Jamilah and Marcel, and we are here and back in action.
Glad to be back.
Yes, Happy New Year.
We got a lot to talk about. Let's get into it.
Hello, my name is Jamilah.
And my name is Marcel. And together we are known as the dynamic couple of Jamilah and Marcel.
Yes.
Just to kind of let you all know a little bit about us for those that are new, Jamilah and I are both full-time teachers. That is actually how we met through our master's educational program at Georgia State. This is our 7th year on YouTube now. 7th or 8th?
Oh, I don't know.
It's been almost a decade, y'all. And Jamilah and I, as the turn of the 2024 calendar year, this is actually the 10th year that Jamilah and I have known each other. And I believe we started YouTube a couple years thereafter. Mm-hmm. So this has to be maybe like our 7th or 8th year.
Yeah. And we've been teaching this is our 9th year of teaching. Correct. So educators, are we part-time YouTubers, would you say?
That's a difficult question to answer because, like, we are part-time, but we
definitely part-time.
Post to a full-time schedule, like a lot of full-time YouTubers would consider.
Right. So the first thing, I know everyone's been wondering, so the first thing we want to talk about today with you all and with ourselves, we're having a conversation, but we want to talk about, are we okay? Everybody's been hitting me up, writing you, DMing me, writing on my personal channel. Are y'all okay? Are y'all done with YouTube? We are okay, y'all. We are so okay. We did just take a little break. We decided to take a break from our joint channel and just get a breather. It's been so many things that have gone on and taken place. So we're happy to be back, though. So the most recent time you all saw us, we released a short where Marcel paid off the Audi. How did that feel, honey?
It felt amazing. It felt liberating, and it just, I can't explain the feeling. It's just so much freedom.
Excitement. Yeah, we were just so happy. So congrats. Happy for that. We also, at the beginning of the year, I quit my teaching job, and then I got a new teaching job by like June or July. So that was exciting. Did we shared that information with our families like on the same day? Hey, we paid off the Audi. Hey, I got a new job. Yay!
Right.
So all of those things happened like right at the same time. Marcel took on a new role at his school.
Right. So over the summer, if you've been following along on my Marcel channel, my individual YouTube channel, I did take you all along a part of that journey where I explained to you all how the head coach of the team had reached out to me in person. It was the last day of school, and he asked me if I was interested in rejoining the coaching staff because he had a vacancy for the JV position. And that year, last year, it was kind of ironic because a lot of my students, as I teach 9th grade, they would talk to me all the time about their 9th grade season. And sometimes they would joke and say, Miss Smith, you need to come back and be our coach, because they knew that I used to coach prior to. So I was like, well, y'all got what y'all wish for, because now I'm y'all JV head coach. So over the summer, I will go to like some of the practices to kind of get my feet wet to see if this is something that I really wanted to sign back up for.
Yeah.
And we're in the heart of our season right now. We have a 17-game schedule. We have 14 games remaining. That's all packed into the month of January.
Whew.
So it's a lot that's going on right now with the coaching schedule.
Yeah. I was going to say, I remember you asking like, hey, Jamilah, what do you think about this? I honestly, I was apprehensive at the start of this discussion because I wanted Marcel to just lay low this school year, just take it easy, be stress-free, go to work, come home. Mm-hmm. But go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Oh, but I thought about it. I asked Marcel, like, does it make you happy?
Right.
And does it bring you joy?
Yeah.
Because that's very important. It's good to be stress-free, but it's also amazing to just be active and just doing something to, fulfill your happiness.
Correct. Because even in the school setting, it'll be times where and we've had this conversation a lot too, like, is teaching enough? Yeah. And I feel that I'm currently now a master of my craft, so to speak, with teaching. Like, I could teach my content with my eyes closed. So it was getting to a point where I needed something else to challenge me. And through conversations we had here in the house that I used to tell you all last year and kind of the year before, that I was starting to get that interest re-sparked.
Oh yeah,
Like,
Marcel was going to the games. I was like, okay, Marcel's back into basketball, like
Right.
with the kids. So
Yep.
I'm happy that you've done it. It seems like you've had a good time, and it's
I've
been
having fun.
challenging,
Yeah. I've been having
but
fun.
Coach Smith.
I know. The biggest thing my students and my student athletes have had to learn that Mrs. Smith is not the same person as Coach Smith.
Teacher versus coach,
Totally different.
two different
And I think they
people.
learned that from maybe like day one. Like, all right, he not playing with us.
No.
But it's been an enjoyable, enjoying a moment. I've been enjoying this moment since we've kind of got back to starting it.
Yeah.
Jamila made a comment about you were kind of apprehensive, or let me not say apprehensive, but you were kind of concerned about me redoing the coaching because you know how much stress.
Yeah, it was apprehensive.
Yeah.
Apprehension.
Right. You know how much stress that it brings to me. You know how stressful the season can go because, like, as a coach, you realize, like, every single possession counts. You have to manage these practices. You have to install these plays, and it's just a huge playbook, and it's a lot of managing. And if you watch my most recent video on my individual channel, I talked about part of the reason why we stepped away. And one of the things that can make my situation worse is stress. So Jamila really wanted to make sure that I am not stressed, or I'm limiting my stress to a very high degree. So if you have not watched that video, I'm gonna go ahead and card it in the top right hand corner. Go ahead and click that video. And if you're not subscribed to my channel as well as Jamila's channel, make sure you do so at this time as well. But if you get caught up with that video, you will understand why we took a 6 to 7 month hiatus off of YouTube. But overall, health-wise, the follow-up from the last few vlogs with the MRIs and visiting the doctor, I am doing much better. I'm managing what I was going through and somewhat still kind of currently going through a lot better. But thank you to everyone that took time to ask questions about my overall health. Am I okay? The calls, the DMs I will receive, I really, really do appreciate that. And God is good. God is great. Everything's good over here.
Yes. Make sure you all go check out Marcel's video. We shared basically everything that led up into where we are now. And I'm just so happy, honey, that you're doing better, feeling better. I asked Marcel recently, I was like, how many times do I check up on like your improvement of your eyesight and just how you feeling, period?
Every day.
Like, I just have to check in just to make sure. So I'm very happy that.
Thank you. Thank you for being there. And I know I've said thank you numerous times, but just to get it documented here as we're conversing with one another, y'all, Jamila has been a blessing, an angel sent from God. Like, you were there for me. Like, every single thing, how I've gotten through what I was going through, you were there.
Yeah.
You were literally guiding me through the stuff. Because, like, for me, I was just trying to emotionally manage, like, what I was going through. But you had to emotionally manage, and you were doing research, finding alternatives before the doctors even told me about the alternatives, advising what steps should I go next. So without you as being my coach, my wife, my everything in the background,
Coach.
for real, you was coaching me. Coach Jamila. Jamila was like really there. So thank you, honey. I love you.
You're welcome, honey.
Thank you.
I love you too. But yeah, so happy that you're better.
Thank you. So, in the midst of me going through all of that,
My gosh.
you made a big transition.
Right. Can we talk about that timeline? Like, seriously, it went from like September, October. Marcel was like, something's going on. Sorry, y'all, if it looks a little different, it's because our battery died. We got to do better planning. But anyways, it was just a lot, y'all. Just very quickly, the timeline was so crazy. I was in my second year of my new job, which was already a lot of stress. And then Marcel was working out, hurt himself with one of the workout things in like, October, November. Then he started having headaches. We went on the cruise, as you all loved. Those of you who follow us on, follow us. If you're new, go and check out our travel vlogs. Everyone loves them. But anyway, symptoms. And then I quit my job the first week of January. And then like a week or two later, Marcel was like, no, Jamila, I literally have to go to the doctor. So it was just a whirlwind of things because I'm quitting my job. Then we have your health issues. So then we have to focus really, hone in to your health. So by summer though, we I finally got a new job. I finally landed a good job. I love my new job, by the way. And that's where we are now. We're going into our second semester. I'm going into my second semester of my new job. I'm excited. School starts tomorrow. So I'm excited to get started and just continue. I love my job. What do you think about my job, honey?
I love your new job.
And how did you feel about my last job?
Hated your job.
Hated. Marcel hated that job so much.
I didn't. It's like I liked it at first.
Yeah,
but
the idea
of it. But quickly we realized that this job is not what it's stated to be. It would be so irritating. Like the times we vlogged when we had to go to Athens for training.
Oh my gosh,
I hated that. It's like how for one, if you're an online school, why am I going way away from my home for a PD for a whole entire week almost? So I didn't like that. And Jamila had to teach 6 or 7 classes in a day, back to back. Jamila be stressed out to where it did impact.
It impacted our marriage.
Yeah.
It impacted our channel. Even people were like, I felt like I was like so much, like I'm already a little feisty, but I was so like angry a lot during that job. Like even people in the comments like, "Ooh, Jamila, you okay? You a little mean this vlog?"
It would be times where we would get into it because I felt like the job was taking her away from me. And at first, it was kind of like okay because it's a new territory. There's a learning curve. I gotta find my
bearings.
But it was like, dang, baby, like it's 12 o'clock at night.
You still working?
You still doing work? Like when are we supposed to spend time with each other? Right. So it was very ironic. I just feel like God's timing because when I started saying I want to go to the doctor, it was like a week or 2 after you had quit your job. And I felt like that was God's way of saying you're going to need to be there for your husband. Like for what we're about to go through, you always made the point in our conversation when we're going through everything. Imagine if I was still working.
I would have been such an absent wife. And I don't even think I would be able to deal with myself if I look back, and if I were to have been able to look back and say, "Oh my gosh, I didn't go to this appointment." I couldn't imagine going to those. You was there at every appointment. I could not imagine being at any of those appointments without Jamila being there. Yeah. So everything was just manifested by God, like the way that God designed with everything. Like everything don't happen for a reason. And it's like I saw comments was like God. Everything does happen for a reason.
Everything does happen for a reason, and it's the whole saying that God works in mysterious ways. But I've learned that you find out that mystery or why things were happening once you get through the storm or once the storm arrives. So anyway, it ain't about me. Jamila has a new job. I love her new job. Instead of her teaching 6, 7 classes.
Don't tell my business. Don't tell
Okay, all right. Jen know it's like 10 times better, y'all. It's like 10 times better. I love Jamila's new job. She's happier. You're happier. You're having more fun. You are stress-free. Of course, there's still stress that comes with teaching. Oh, yeah. But there's a difference between teacher stress and the work-related stress.
I feel like it's bearable stress, and then there's unbearable stress. Yeah. My last job, unbearable. This job, very much bearable. It's like, oh, okay, I can do this. And then, you want to know something? What? When I do start feeling stressed with my new job, it's like God reminds me, baby, remember your last job.
Man, where you coming from?
Remember the real stress. Remember the real tough situations and the tough, days. So that keeps me grounded. And that leads me into also, I feel like this whole break from Jamilah and Marcel, and just this year in general, or gosh, this last year. Okay. It at the start of my new job, I also went on like a new self-reflection, self-discovery journey that I've documented on my separate channel. But how do you feel? I feel like I've gotten so much better with the upkeep of just our lifestyles. We're more organized.
I was just about to say, you keep us very organized. Yeah. And Jamila has...
productive. I was just going to add it. I feel like we are more productive as well.
Yeah, Jamila has a whole bunch of graphic organizers, calendars, to-do lists, task lists, sticky notes all around the place. I'm more of a just keep it all in here. And they don't work all the times. But Jamila, I just really admire the level of organization that you have us in. And I know sometimes I might give you a little bit of fight back against like those methods. Like, I don't want to do no digital calendar. I don't want to, but
yeah, I mean, but it's like, it's not extreme pushback.
But I really appreciate it because your organization has really gotten us to a place to where I think that the fruits of our labor are starting to show in ways that it never has because of the organization. Yeah. So it's like we have goals, but you need to not only have a plan, but those plans need to be organized. And I really like how you organized our lives. So thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to
So
you.
we've been improving and just getting better.
Yep.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome, honey.
So now that we're back on Jamilah and Marcel, what are we, or what can you all expect from us? We're going to hit you all with vlogs. We're going to hit you all with podcasts, sit down, set of videos. And within our own vlogs, we're going to definitely try to get back to vlogging travel videos.
Yeah, we got to get back out there.
Yeah, going, I know y'all love cruises. We're talking about possibly getting back with cruising, but that last Carnival experience, if you watched the cruise video, that kind of got us a little bit away from cruising a little bit.
Yeah, we need to do we're going to do a separate video just talking about our travel experiences and moving forward with travel. Like what, we're gonna make it good.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have a full conversation about
we gotta
that.
sit down and talk.
And we talking about possibly flying with each other for the first time. We road trip something out really quick.
Yeah.
And we'll drive even all the way down to Miami, but I don't know if I can hit that 10-hour road trip no more. So we gonna be
trying. Why not, honey?
Getting old, baby.
Get up at age.
I ain't 23, 22 no more. Where we just be like, man, let's go get in the car and let's just ride. No, I want to be there.
10 years later.
I want to get there in about 2 hours. I ain't trying to do 10. It was one time we were road tripping and we were like 2 hours into the trip and we would have been to Miami.
We would be there by now.
And we wasn't even in Valdosta.
And we wasn't even out of Georgia.
I was like, there's no way. I was like, I can't do this trip no more. Even to go to Orlando. But anyway, y'all, listen. Expect the normal, like the OG Jamilah and Marcel. Back as we joke around our younger days, expect that younger vibe of things that we were doing when we used to travel consistently. That's what we want to get back to. That's what we want to get back to, the fun side of Jamilah and Marcel. So what do you think about that?
I like that. I do feel like it was kind of, I don't know, it's like weird to say get back as if like the major world event didn't happen. I feel like that really, threw us for a whim.
That did.
And go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I just feel like it just, I don't know, it just flipped us upside down, in my opinion.
It did. Yo, we had so many things planned. Like, I'm not going to go into everything that we did have planned, but in particular to vlogging and cruising.
Traveling.
That travel time period, we know the world was shut down.
Yeah.
We literally had to cancel our anniversary cruise that year and pretty much all through the summer ideas that we had to travel. So it's like we really got away from that, no fault to our own.
Yeah.
It was just a tough time for everybody.
Yeah.
But now we're slowly trying to get back
into that normalcy.
Because I tell you what, there were times during the pandemic where because we weren't traveling, we were like, we could have been saving that much money.
Right.
So
now we got to get back into money spending mode
spend
too.
that check, yeah.
All right, so I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for what's to come. I hope that we can like do some new things. Cause also with cruising, we can't keep talking about cruising. But also with cruising, what about the itineraries? Like all the itineraries, we've kind of like done them all. Is that the song?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's a lot, y'all. But we do want to like get back to enjoying life and doing fun things. So we're excited.
Yeah, I think through going through the pandemic and personal health issues, it does open up a perspective of not taking anything for granted. And Jamilah and I, we want to get back to that. And of course, we're going to take you all along with us in that journey.
Ooh, you just touched on something.
What's that?
We also, though, we've done some things where we didn't vlog. Like, we've traveled a few places, but we didn't vlog it because we also felt like vlogging kind of took away from the experience.
Yeah. So Jamila and I, we actually stated that, honey, on a vlog before, that we were going to do some things that we weren't going to take anyone, like the camera with, because we want to make sure that we are enjoying each other while we are out there. And sometimes when you're recording, it can kind of take away from the moment, like Jamila stated. So we just prioritized us.
Yeah, so it might be a little different when we do travel. We got to put ourselves first. Okay. We got to put ourselves first, make sure, like you just said, we're enjoying it ourselves, having fun, and experiencing those moments together. Number one, and then make sure we got the Jam fam, with us and enjoying it as well, not at the forefront, because that can be, not good.
Yeah, and it's not like we saying we don't care about y'all, because when anytime we travel and do something, we're gonna put on a show. I think our travel vlogs are top tier, but it can't be no travel vlog if it ain't no Jamilah Marcel.
Yeah, we can't neglect each other.
Exactly. But Jamila and I, we are very excited to be back on the Jamilah Marcel platform. Yes. Thank you to everyone that has been here holding it down, waiting for us to return. We really appreciate you all's support.
Yes. Thank you all so much for reaching out to us and just being so kind. And those of you all who have prayed for us, I was taken aback earlier with your video that you released when someone stated that they had prayed, and then the very next day you dropped the video.
Back in action.
But that is so sweet. I just appreciate all the kindness, all the love that y'all show us, and we don't take it for granted. And we're happy that also our Jam fam is understanding. Like, they're like, yes, take that break. Yes, you deserve it. So,
and that's the community that Jamila and I always wanted to build. Like, 'cause we've seen some other channels. They were like, "Where you at?" But like, and it been some of y'all have been like that. Where you at? But some communities on social media can become very toxic, and it's like, you all, Jam fam, y'all been there holding it down for us, and like Jamila said, y'all are understanding. But either way, thank y'all so much for just being there for us. But we're back, about to start putting on these shows for y'all once again. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe, become part of the Jam fam community.
Yes, subscribe, like the video, share, and leave us some comments. Let us know how you've been doing. We hope that you all have been doing well also.
That's right. Happy New Year, y'all.
Happy New Year.
See y'all next time.